Hello everyone. In the last video, we learned what cloud computing is, right? In this video, let's see what are the advantages of cloud computing. But instead of jumping directly into advanced topics and getting confused, let's learn who are the cloud service providers, how they work, all from the basics, and with real-life examples, so that it becomes really easy for us to understand the advantages of cloud computing. Let's start by talking about cloud service providers. Think about how we pay our electricity bill at home. Throughout the month, we use electricity for lights, TVs, and other appliances. At the end of the month, we get a bill based on our usage and we pay it, right? Notice that we are not setting up electricity plants at home. We are simply consuming the electricity that's available for us and we pay for what we use. In a similar way, cloud service providers are like the electricity providers for computing resources. They have large data centers full of servers, storage, and networking capabilities. When you need computing power, you don't have to set up your own data center. You simply consume the resources you need from these cloud service providers. And just like with your electricity bill, you pay for what you use. Now, among these cloud service providers, some are highly popular and widely used. These include AWS, Azure, and Google Platform. Alongside these giants, there are also other options like DigitalOcean, IBM Cloud, and VMware, and many more. Each of these providers has its own set of features, pricing models, and advantages. So, we have understood what cloud service providers are. Now, let's see how they actually work. Companies like AWS, Azure, and GCP set up their own data centers globally in many different countries. For example, AWS has data centers in the US as well as in India and among many other locations. Because they have data centers all over the world, these companies can provide cloud computing services globally. This is what we call as a global infrastructure setup of the cloud service providers. Now you may wonder, what is the relationship between these cloud service providers and the advantages of cloud computing? Well, we will explore that in few minutes. Before diving into the advantages of cloud computing, let's understand the benefits that come from managed services. By using an example of owning a car versus using a rental car service like Uber. Imagine you need to travel from city A to city B. There are two approaches you could take: using your own car, using a rental car service like Uber cabs. Having own car is good, but if you use your own car, you are responsible for everything. The initial investments in buying the car, maintenance, fuel costs, parking space, and so on. It's quite a bit of work, but you have the complete control over the vehicle. But if our aim is just to travel from one city to another, in this scenario, let's look at the benefits of using rental cars like Uber. First, you don't need to make a big investments to use a rental car. There is no need to buy a vehicle. Second, you don't have to worry about the car maintenance, such as insurance, gas, or petrol. All these responsibilities are taken care by the service provider. Third, you can simply travel and pay based on the distance and time. So, if we consider a traditional on-premise data center as owning and maintaining your own car, then cloud computing is like using an Uber cab. You just pay for what you consume. You pay for what you use, be it storage, computing power, or any other resources, without the hassle of maintenance. This simple example should make it easier for you to understand. Now that we have the basics covered, let's move on to the actual advantages of cloud computing. Let's look at the important advantages that comes with cloud computing. Starting with no upfront investment, scalability, less maintenance, geographical reach, easy access, and high availability. Now, let's look at what these are and why they are considered advantageous in detailed manner. Firstly, no upfront investment means in a traditional on-premise data center setup, we have to make many investments like building rent, electricity, and buying servers. But in cloud computing, there is no need to pay anything upfront. We only pay for the server power we are actually using. This eliminates the need to make heavy investments upfront. This is also known as pay-as-you-go model. The next advantage is scalability, which can be considered as one of the best advantages of cloud computing. In a traditional data center, even after investing a lot of effort and money, setting up extra servers quickly when needed or removing unused servers is not so easy. Whereas in cloud computing, this process is very easy. Let's illustrate this with an example. Imagine a regular Monday when schools and offices are working. So websites like Amazon have few users. So we can request less server computing power at that time. Now, let's say the Diwali festival in India or Black Friday season in the US comes along. Companies like Amazon run sales and offers. Due to the ongoing sale, many users will access the website, increasing the website traffic. If we use cloud computing, we can immediately request extra computing power. Similarly, when the Christmas season arrives and another sale is going on, we will have more users, so we can easily request additional computing power as needed. Alright, we need extra servers during a sale. Understood. But when it's another regular Monday and the sale is over, the user traffic to the website will decrease. At that point, we won't need as many servers. One of the best features of the cloud computing is that we can turn off the servers we don't need, avoiding unnecessary costs. This ability to easily scale up or scale down the servers as needed is one of the significant advantages of cloud computing, known as scalability. The next advantage is less maintenance. Setting up our own data center comes with numerous responsibilities, including financial investments, installation, and electricity, leading to various maintenance headaches. In contrast, cloud computing significantly reduces maintenance tasks for us. Why? All the responsibilities related to data center setup, electricity, and installations are managed by cloud service providers like AWS and Azure. We can effortlessly request the computing and database resources we need from our computers, minimizing our maintenance workloads and enabling us to focus on our core business. The next advantage is geographical reach. In traditional data centers, investing and setting up in a single location itself can be quite challenging. Establishing a new data center in another place or even a new country would require additional investments and a lot of complexity. On the other hand, cloud computing provides a solution to this problem. Cloud service providers like AWS, Azure, and GCP have data centers in various countries worldwide. This allows us to use our computers and access resources from the data centers located in different countries regardless of our current location, significantly enhancing our ability to expand our business on a global scale. The next advantage is easy access. In traditional data centers, many tasks require manual effort, making the process time-consuming and labor-intensive. In contrast, cloud computing streamlines this experience. Just as you would order a shirt or any other product on Amazon, you can easily go to a cloud service provider's website and request the computing and database resources as needed. This convenience significantly simplifies the process, makes it easy to access over a network. The final crucial advantage is high availability. We know that setting up a traditional data center is challenging, but even with all that effort, natural calamities like floods or earthquakes can lead to power outages, making the entire data center inoperative and making the application inaccessible to users. Cloud computing eliminates this risk. Cloud service providers have established data centers across the globe, allowing us to launch servers anywhere we like. Additionally, if our data center goes down in one country for any reason, we can seamlessly switch to another country's data center for a backup. This ensures that our application is always highly available for users. In summary, by establishing data centers on a global scale, cloud service providers offer various advantages in cloud computing. Finally, let's delve into the similarities among different cloud service providers. Using the analogy of smartphones, we encounter variety of brands in the market, such as Samsung, iPhone, and OnePlus. Although each brand has its unique features and perhaps a couple of upsides and downsides, what's common to all these phones is fundamental functionalities like calling, messaging, and taking photos using the camera. Similarly, when we compare AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, we find that these cloud service providers functions the same way. The services they offer also similar to each other with a just naming convention change. Even if there are slight differences, mastering one platform like AWS makes it easier to understand and adapt to Azure or GCP. So, there are a lot of similarities in the services provided by AWS, Azure, and GCP. Now, let's quickly summarize what we have learned in this video. We have started with basics of cloud service providers and understood how they operate, and we have discussed the advantages of cloud computing, and finally we have discussed the similarities between AWS, Azure, and GCP. With that said, in the next video, we will discuss a topic called cloud service models. With that in mind, I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.